Hey friends, welcome back to the Dark Orb and to a whistle-stop tour of cool stuff that's happening in role-playing games right now. Let us know what you think. Come and talk to us on Discord. Let us know in the comments your favourite things from today's episode. And yeah, we're really looking forward to hearing your thoughts and your experiences with all of these products over the next few minutes. So let's dive in. Next week sees the launch of a brand new Kickstarter campaign from Free League Publishing with Alien RPG Evolved Edition and Rapture Protocol. That means we're getting a brand new iteration, almost a reboot of the Alien role-playing game, which I'm quite excited about actually. I love the original game, the cinematic version of which sees you having these one-shots over maybe one session or maybe sort of 3 or 4, half a dozen sessions. Effectively that short campaign of horror in the wilds of space, but also you have the concept of the larger and slower paced campaign play, which much more like a dirty kind of space truckers gritty kind of feel that we saw before all the horror kicked in those movies. This new version though is kind of interesting. So we're getting a brand new starter set, and then we're getting a cinematic adventure as well as a reimagined version of the core role-playing game with the Evolved Edition, which sees fantastic new graphic design, really clean layouts. I find it much easier to read just from those screenshots that we've seen already. You get a revised set of rules around talents and the stealth mode, panic and stress rules, which are fantastic, but of course, maybe a little bit limiting. Certainly, seeing those expanded and renewed is going to be awesome. We're also seeing formal support for miniatures play and a bunch of miniatures available. There's a whole load of stuff that you can already get, from previous products as well as current products from other providers. So to see Free League actually backing that officially and seeing the concepts for new official Alien role-playing game miniatures is awesome. We've also got that new campaign, which I mentioned earlier. So that actually launches next week, I think the 25th. So our friends in Stockholm at Free League Publishing are putting that together, and I can't wait to see it. And we'll talk more about that, obviously, once that campaign goes live. I have not had a lot of exposure, actually, to games by Pelgrane Press. I've played a couple, particularly Knights Black Agents with our friends over at Paladin Roleplaying, and it was fantastic. Our patrons have exposure to things like Trail of Cthulhu and, of course, 13th Age, but I've not really spent a lot of time with them. So seeing that there's a new campaign for Fear Itself, which is a role-playing game of personal horror, and of course, the Dark Orb, we're all about horror narrative role-playing games. I'm really intrigued. So what we do know is that, Fear Itself is a game of plunging ordinary people into a disturbing contemporary world of madness and violence. And, we've run things like Cult on the channel before. And the new campaign, which is over on GameFound, talks a lot about that and basically brings a new gaming campaign product to the fore. So we now have the Shattered Veil edition, which is a premium hardcover version of Fear Itself. And on top of that new version of the product, we also see the Ocean game, which is like a campaign that brings that together. We'll dive more deeply into that in the next week or so and watch this space. But for now, yeah, go and check it out. The initiation pledge is fairly inexpensive and is like a mostly digital experience, but with a copy of the rulebook in print. There are other pledge levels available as well. I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to digging into it. But yeah, absolutely check that one out. Next week sees a brand new product from Chaosium for those of us who are fans of the Cthulhu mythos, with the Cthulhu by Gaslight Keeper's Edition hardcover book from Chaosium. It's a brilliant new book that's going to help keepers to set their mythos games, the Cthulhu games, in Gaslit Britain, really. So it's got a whole bunch of information about occult societies like the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which of course was a real society. It still actually exists from what I'm aware. And also some new things, some scenario seeds for the Cthulhu by Gaslight setting. and lots of other cool information as well. On top of that, and this isn't a next week thing, but if you are a huge fan of Cthulhu and somehow you missed this like I did originally, Cthulhu Live actually happens the same week here in the UK as the kickoff for UK Games Expo. So it starts off the Thursday right before Games Expo on the 29th of May in Birmingham, and then they're hitting Brighton, London, Manchester, Glasgow. So ending with Glasgow on the 4th of June. So if you're not at UK Games Expo and you want something to do gaming-wise, then you could check out Brighton or London. But yeah, then London's on the Sunday night, so you could probably do both. And then Manchester on the Tuesday, the following Tuesday, and Glasgow on the Wednesday. So yeah, check that out. It's a full live cast, basically performing. I guess it's like a live reading, but it's obviously improvisational because it's a role-playing game of a Cthulhu setting. So that'll be cool. That's an official Chaosium event. More information is over at AEG Presents. They're the company that's running this from a production perspective. Yeah, check those two things out. Very cool. Last weekend we saw The Electric State, the movie of the Simon Stålenhag book and the role-playing game from Free League Publishing hit Netflix. I'm kind of conflicted. I actually thought it was really quite good fun as a kind of fairly generic movie, quite tropey in places. I had high expectations because I absolutely adore the Amazon adaptation of Tales from the Loop. And so that's kind of where my bar was set. And for me personally, it didn't hit that. But it was still a lot of fun. I think much better if you don't know the source material terribly well, because then you're not going to have expectations of the look and feel and grittiness that you might be kind of predicting you're going to get in that movie. It's much, much more of a, I guess, kids, teenagers kind of road trip movie. It's very fun. Acting is brilliant. The casting is wonderful, but it did, for me, lack some of the, as I said, the grit that I was hoping for, and certainly felt really formulaic. That said, it's a great production. It looks stunning. It's definitely worth watching. It's definitely worth your love if you're a fan of the setting. And whilst it might not give that kind of edge that the previous products deliver, including the role-playing game, I think it's still, as a GM, a really good way to understand the universe a little bit better. And so certainly if you're on the fence about running the game, having that visual cue for what the world can look like, and then maybe bringing that through that kind of the lens of a GM and thinking about the way that you want to deliver that game, I think that's definitely worth doing. I would probably get your players to resist watching it if you're about to start a campaign, though, because it might taint their expectations in a way that might not match the game that you're going to run. And it kind of gives a little bit away in terms of the story and the plot and what's happening in terms of the corporations that are there. So if they haven't got that attachment already to the IP, it might make your role as a GM a little easier. Nonetheless, check it out. It's definitely worth watching. And then maybe afterwards also jump on to Amazon if you haven't already seen Tales from the Loop. Go and check that out as well. Let us know what you think in the comments down below, or come and talk to us on Discord about your thoughts of The Electric State, both the role-playing game and the graphic novel, as well as the movie on Netflix. Check them out. We are now accepting GM submissions for Orbtoberfest. Orbtoberfest is our annual mini role-playing convention right here in Nottingham, in the heart of England, and we're really looking forward to this year's fantastic celebrations. It's at the same venue as last year. If you were there, you know exactly where that is, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Right now in Discord, we are taking polls for the theme for this year's merchandise for the t-shirt. So right now, this is last year's, and you can see a kind of a canonous sort of theme to it. This year, it looks like the theme is going to be Hammer Horror, or perhaps even B-movies. So to quote Patron Jay, "It came from the Dark Orb." It's going to be wild. So if you have an opinion on that, then please do dive into Discord. We have a thread with a poll. take part. Let us know what you think the best theme is going to be. There are a few options already. And yes, we are accepting GM submissions for this year's convention. So we're looking at 12 to 14 slots, and 2 have already been filled. Oktoberfest, as always, happens in October leading up to Halloween, and it is a horror-themed role-playing mini convention. The only rule is no Dungeons and Dragons. So how will you take part in that, and what are your thoughts on what should be run, what should be played? We're really looking forward to it. Hope to see you there. GM notes are going to be provided in the Discord, and general tickets will go on sale just after UK Games Expo. So see you then. So that wraps it up for today. Let us know what you thought once again in the comments. Come and talk to us on Discord. Please give us a like and a subscribe and all that sort of stuff. Really great to see you, and we're looking forward to seeing you again very soon. Until then, be good to each other. Peace and love to all of you. And until next time, I hope your dice rolls are way better than mine. Take care, everyone. Bye.